The Shoemaker and the Elves. In a small village nestled among rolling green hills lived a kind old shoemaker named Enzo. He and his wife, Sophia, had a tiny shop filled with the scent of leather and wax. But their coin purse was nearly empty. One evening, only enough leather for a single pair of shoes was left on the shelf. "I will cut them out tonight," Enzo sighed, "and finish them in the morning." With careful hands, he cut the pieces and laid them on his workbench. Then, with heavy hearts, he and Sophia went to bed, leaving the little shop to the quiet of the night and the soft glow of the moon. When the sun rose, painting the sky in warm colors, Enzo returned to his bench. But instead of the pieces of leather, he found a pair of shoes so perfectly stitched and beautifully made that he could only stare in wonder. Every seam was flawless, every detail exquisite. That very day, a wealthy merchant came into the shop and was so impressed by the shoes that he paid double the usual price. With the money, Enzo was able to buy leather for 2 more pairs. He cut the pieces that evening and, just as before, left them on his workbench. The next morning, 2 pairs of perfectly finished shoes sat waiting for him. And so it went, night after night. Whatever leather Enzo cut and left on his bench was transformed into the finest shoes by morning. Soon, the little shop was bustling, and Enzo and Sophia were no longer poor. One evening, as Christmas drew near, Enzo said to his wife, "Sophia, we must find out who our secret helpers are. Let us stay awake tonight and watch." Sophia agreed, her eyes shining with curiosity. As the clock struck midnight, the door creaked open and in slipped 2 tiny elves. They were dressed in worn, tattered clothes, but their fingers moved with incredible speed and skill. They hammered, stitched, and polished until all the shoes were finished. Enzo and Sophia watched, their hearts filled with gratitude. "The dear little fellows have made us rich," Sophia whispered. "They work so hard in their thin, ragged clothes. I shall sew them tiny new shirts and trousers to thank them." "And I," said Enzo with a smile, "will make each of them a tiny pair of shoes." So they worked together, and by the next evening, the little gifts were ready. Instead of cut leather, they laid the new clothes and shoes upon the workbench. At midnight, the elves returned. When they saw the gifts, their faces lit up with pure joy. They quickly dressed in their new outfits, admiring each other. Then they danced upon the workbench and out the door into the moonlit night, never to be seen again. But Enzo and Sophia had good fortune for the rest of their days and never forgot their little helpers.